Johnson. Oh, yes! There you go.
It's Championship Saturday here in the Mile High City. There you're looking at a power field at Mile High Stadium where we are bringing you on Altitude Sports the 4A state title game, Loveland against Broomfield. Welcome to Mile High. Vic Lombardi and Tyler Columbus, a studious Tyler Columbus going with the glasses today.
That's right. I got to look a little bit smarter. We're on TV today.
I've never been a part of a state championship football game as a player, as a broadcaster, anything. Now, you have a football pedigree. Have you been there?
I have not been to a state championship game. The first championship I ever won was the Super Bowl. That is crazy to think all those years. I always dreamed of it. I always wanted to be right where these guys are here today. So I got a little bit goosebumps for them.
Well, let's introduce you to the two teams and how they got here. Loveland, they live in the playoffs. They have won multiple state championships. They knocked off #1 seed Palmer Ridge last week. Broomfield, a familiar foe of the Red Wolves, 13-0, 4-0 in league play. They had to hold off Erie to get here. Those were two great games, Tyler.
These are two powerhouses. They've been here. They're not intimidated by the situation. They've been here before, and they're ready to rock and roll today.
Loveland is led by a quarterback who's been around town for a long time, one of members of the Harstead family. That is Garrett Harstead. He's a 3-year starter, 6'5", mainly runs the ball, but he can throw it too.
Well, and Broomfield better be ready to tackle this guy because he's got some Josh Allen in him. Look at this guy run, 6'5". He gets down low. He's powerful, more of a runner than he is a passer, but he's got the stereotypical pocket presence for going to the next level. We'll see what this guy can turn into.
Harstead wearing #2 when they last won the state title in 2020. Now he's wearing #7 for the Red Wolves, but it's the same player. He got a commitment offer this week from University of Northern Colorado. Meanwhile, for the Broomfield Eagles, their quarterback is headed to Wisconsin. Cole LaCrue, everybody. He can play.
Cole LaCrue is the real deal, committed to Wisconsin. We'll see if prime time comes to the University of Colorado. Cole LaCrue said he might consider the University of Colorado. Something changes. But look at this guy run. He's pointing out to his wide receivers like he's Patrick Mahomes. He's got it all. You get an offer to a school like Wisconsin, you know you're big time. And I asked their coach whether he was going to play quarterback at the next level. And he almost laughed at me like, of course he's going to play quarterback at the next level.
LaCrue can throw it, he can run it, and he can lead. And today he's hoping to lead his Broomfield Eagles to the 4A state title game. We got a matchup in store for you today. Broomfield against Loveland here at Mile High. You're watching it on Altitude Sports. Kickoff coming right up. High school football on Altitude is brought to you by Tough Shed. Year-end sale going on now. Year-end sale at toughshed.com. And by King Soopers. Fresh for everyone. The horse, of course, because we're at Mile High Stadium, and there's nothing better than high school football at Mile High. It's been gone for a couple of years, Tyler. Good to have it back here at the stadium. The third member of our broadcast crew, Kim Becker, down on the field. Kim?
Well, thank you so much, Vic. It has been such a blast to be down here on the sidelines to see some of these kids who are stepping foot on the sidelines here at Mile High for the very first time. And, of course, we spoke to both head coaches of Broomfield and Loveland this past week about the keys to the game. We've got Ensure the Win brought to you by AAA. Head coach Blair Hubbard of Broomfield said his offensive line has to stay incredibly strong against a defense that will be constantly blitzing out of that 3-3 stack. He said his defensive backs have to make sure that they do not fall asleep on those play action passes and give up big plays throughout the air. And of course, his wide receivers have to make sure that they win that battle on the one-on-one man coverage so that Cole LaCrue can hit those tight windows. When it comes to head coach Alan Jeffries for Loveland, he had 3 simple keys. Number 1, win the turnover battle. Have to minimize those turnovers. Number 2, make sure that time of possession is on their side so they can grind down the clock. And number 3, keep Broomfield quarterback Cole LaCrue off the field. It's going to be a good one, guys. I'm excited. Back to you.
Thanks, Kim. Looking forward to your reporting today down on the field. Of course, don't forget, after this 4A title game, we'll move over to the Altitude 2 for the Class 5A tilt between Valor and Creek. Loveland wins the toss, and Loveland has opted to kick off here. Back for the Broomfield Eagles, number 37, Caden Quintana, and number 9, Mikhail Benner.
This Broomfield student section's ready to rock and roll, Vic. I can feel the goosebumps from up here, man.
You know, we talked about how many people were here. It's not a full stadium by any means, but it's still a loud stadium.
It's a loud stadium, but it's fun for these kids just to be in that locker room. They're about to kick off at the same field the Broncos play in. Here we go.
Trey Olson kicking off here for the Red Wolves. Quintana and Becker back for the Eagles as we kick off the 4A state title game. It's Quintana down at the 30 now. That's where the Broomfield Loveland game will begin. Our starting lineup brought to you by the Holman Group. Here's a look at the players to watch on that Broomfield offense, started by Cole LaCruz, headed to Wisconsin. We mentioned him. Key members of that backfield, Tyler, Luke Francis and Anthony Cobb on the outside.
Get ready to watch a lot of running the football today. Two offenses that are very similar. Both could be ball control. It's going to be important to get out to a quick score.
Francis in motion. Here's LaCruz. They're going to go pitch left. This one's fumbled on the ground. The first carry of the game is on the turf. Francis drops it, and it's picked up by Hudson Vogesser for the Loveland Red Wolves.
Ooh, boy. A lot of nerves out there in the state championship game. It's tough to get settled in. Unfortunately, that's a tough start for Broomfield.
This replay brought to you by Toyota and the incredibly tough 2023 Toyota Tundra, available at your Front Range Toyota stores.
Boy, Trey Olson just punched that ball right out. What a great job on the defense.
That was Brent Harris, who dropped it for Broomfield. So the Red Wolves with prime field position at the 35-yard line, and they'll right up the middle. 2 tough yards there.
Well, these offensive lines are going to have a lot of fun today. This is my dream as an offensive lineman, to be able to run the ball, know you're going into a state championship game like this. Coach is going to put it on your back for both these teams. And Loveland right now, great field position. All you got to do is keep the chains moving. It's 2nd and long now, get to 3rd and short.
Boy, they jam a lot of people in that backfield, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Man in motion right now. Harstead with the keeper. He runs it a lot, but nowhere to go there. Great smothering defense by Broomfield, and Harstead is dropped for a loss.
Well, watch Harstead here. He's a big boy, but he doesn't have anywhere to go. Broomfield does a great job of just clogging those holes, not giving him any running lanes. Harstead, 6'5", tough to bring down, but if you can't get any momentum, you can get anyone down.
Garrett Keeler with the penetration, and Coach Hubbard said, watch out for Keeler. He is all over the field for Broomfield.
All right, now 3rd and long. These are tough positions for both these teams.
3rd and 9 for the Red Wolves. Motion man. Harstead going to keep it right. He's got some room. Crosses the 30. Near the 20, but he's going to be a couple short of the 1st down marker.
Well, I've got some more 4-down territory here, Vic. You get the state championship game, you get an opportunity, short field. 1 yard to go. That's what I love about this offense, though. They had me tricked. You got bodies going left, you got bodies going right, and of course they keep the ball in their stud QB's hands, and good pickup for him, puts him in a position to go for it on 4th down.
So 4th and 1, forget the kick. They're going to keep the offense on the field.
We're here to score points, Vic.
Not messing around. We haven't seen many touchdowns in this stadium.
That's true.
4 in the backfield. Harstead up the middle, and he is met right at the point of attack. Let's see where they spot it, Tyler.
I tell you what, I think he got a generous spot right there. We're looking from behind the line of scrimmage. I wasn't sure he made it. They gave it to him, though. They keep the chains rolling.
Great second effort there as we take a look at the replay of this run. They're going to go right up the gut. Nick Petrich with the initial stop. but it looks like it's plenty good for a first down.
Well, he had that ball leaning forward, so that's where the ball did cross the line. I think that's a good call, but Broomfield's really playing tough on defense for that third down.
Give Drew Foley credit there for keeping those legs churning. 1st and 10 now for Loveland. Foley left side, he's got a crease. Foley to the 20-yard line before he's brought down.
You get that toss left, get out into the open space, and this is what Loveland wants. They need to find those lanes. Had a crack there. It was an opportunity to take it to the house. Broomfield gives up about 5 yards on the play, and now Loveland's, that's right where they want to be, keeping the chains rolling.
Holden Potter with the stop there, sets up 2nd and 6 now. Stacked backfield for Loveland. They'll go, it's right this time. Nowhere to go. Let's reverse field. Got some room back there. Broomfield plays it perfectly. And Trey Olson is dropped by who else? Garrett Keeler. Remember the name. Look at the beautiful mane as well.
Oh man, Vic, you get in these situations, you're in the state championship game, you just want to make something happen, but as a coach, you're losing your mind right now. We're right where we want to be. Don't try to flip the field. We're not out there on punt return right now. That is a huge mistake for Loveland.
As a loss of 15 on the play, sets up 3rd and 21.
What do you got in the playbook for this one, Vic?
Well, they haven't thrown it yet. Not sure if they will now. Same formation, Harstead. He's going to keep it. Harstead, minimal room to roam. And there's Keeler again. So this will set up a 4th and very long. Now what?
Well, the first 4th and 1, that was a no-brainer. I guess we're in a different situation here in high school football. Anytime you get past the 40, it's probably in go territory. Not necessarily world-class kickers at the high school level. They don't have much of a passing game, though, so this is a tough situation for Loveland.
Yeah, they're going for it. They are going for it on 4th and 19. Stacked backfield. This time Harstead's going to go to the air. Takes his time. Still time. On the sideline, lets it rip. That's going to be intercepted by Broomfield. Watch out, they do this well. Intercepted by Mikhail Benner, who only happens to be the state's leading interception man. That is number 11 on the season for that kid.
Man, Broomfield's got to be feeling good. You come out, you give up a fumble in the first play of the game, and then you come out there and you get them in 4th and long. And watch this, Harstead just got nowhere to get rid of this ball. Scrambles around for a long time. I don't mind him throwing the ball up here because it's 4th and long. Give your guys a chance. But there was no red or white jerseys near that ball. That was straight blue.
You can almost call that a punt, and Benner does that as well. He returns punts, interceptions. Here come the Broomfield Eagles. Cole LaCrue, Wisconsin bound at quarterback. Ryland Beamer in the backfield. He'll pop it up the middle, and we've got some room.
House.
Ty Young down the left side for a gain of 43. Not quite the house, but close enough.
Thought he had an opportunity. That's what you're going to see here. Look at the misdirection that they've got. They've got about 2 or 3 bodies all going right. All of a sudden, Cole LaCrue tosses it up in front of him. You get one guy going to the left, all the misdirection. Linebackers are all going right. You've got nothing but space to the left.
That's Brent Harris, who had that fumble to start the game, so great redemption opportunity for number 6, Harris. And Broomfield is in business right now. In motion, LaCrue up the middle. This one's good for 3 yards. That goes to Luke Francis.
Broomfield coach Blair Hubbard clearly not afraid to go back to the same well. You know, I like that. You got a kid who has a fumble to start the game. All right, well, we need you. We need you, young man. You're going to be a huge part of this game moving forward. Just give him the ball again and gets a huge gain. Now they're down there. We got 2nd and goal from about the 6.
And 2 big plays, and this game has flipped. LaCrue in the backfield with Francis. In motion is Juarez. Up the middle to Francis. He gets close to about the 1, maybe 1.5 yard line.
Well, so far they're not asking Cole LaCrue to do too much. You know, he's the Wisconsin commit. He's the quarterback. He's the big dog, but they're handing the ball off nonstop.
Yes, they are. Francis and LaCrue in the backfield. Now LaCrue will keep it, and LaCrue's got them big legs. And he churns in for a touchdown, Broomfield.
Back in my day, we might go heavy personnel, go down there, get our quarterback underneath center. Maybe we'll QB sneak it. This is the modern day. This is what Broomfield does. They get shotgun. They'll put their quarterback. This is 11-on-11 football. It's the only time when you run your quarterback that you've got a hat for every hat on defense. It's a great play call. Ooh, a little push to the head right there.
It's a championship game.
Yeah, you better be careful, though. You get kicked out doing that stuff.
Broomfield's going for 2 here.
Are they?
Well, no, they're going to jump back and kick it. That's one of those newfangled, fool the play-by-play guy.
I was one step ahead of you.
Yeah, you were. Here comes the extra point for the Broomfield Eagles, and it's right down the middle. Dylan Dugan. It's a 7-0 advantage. Broomfield over Loveland, the 4A state championship.
At Domino's, next time you order 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shock. Because Domino's is now delivering pizza with new electric vehicles across the country. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet.
You're good. I'm great.
Dear good causes. Glad there are so many of you, because your Front Range Toyota stores love to lend a hand. We're so proud to be a part of the Colorado community, and instead of just telling you, we thought we'd show you. Every day. Honored. Your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to the stadium as Cole LaCrue and the Eagles strike first. 7-0, a 4-play, 52-yard drive. A minute 19 off the clock. 2 big plays set that up, Tyler.
Hey, if I'm Blair Hubbard, I'm feeling fantastic about my team. You know there's going to be some nerves. They come out, they've got a fumble to start the game. You give Loveland short field position. You do a great job on defense. You get them backed up in the 4th and long, and then your first play on the next offensive possession, you go for 30 or 40 yards on the next run, and you score 7 points. You're up 7-0. You want to talk about handling the mojo. That's how you handle the mojo.
Lane Thomas and Jude Mayu back for the Loveland Red Wolves here as Dugan kicks it off for Broomfield. It's a short pop-up, going to be fielded by Loveland at the 30, and that's where it'll stop. Trent Stevenson dropped right there. Starting lineup brought to you by the Holman Group. Take a look at the players to watch on that Loveland side. If you missed that first series, Harstead, Foley, Olson. This is a big running offense. How would you describe the Loveland offense? Because we asked Coach Jeffries to describe it, but in your words, what would you call it?
Well, I think both these offenses run a very similar offense. Broomfield is a little bit more spread. They're both an old-school wing T offense. Yeah. You're going to see misdirection. You've got the rocket sweeps. That's what Loveland likes to call it. That's what we're going to see a lot of today. Alan Jeffries, he's got a program that has been here a lot. And these guys, although down 7-0, they've had some big momentum swings. This is a big drive right here. You need to start moving the field and get the mojo back in the direction.
Results in the first down.
Yeah, the personal foul that must have emanated from the kickoff.
I apologize talking over that. I didn't even realize we had a penalty out there.
Yeah, that came from the kickoff, and the referee caught it. So they'll begin near midfield, will Loveland. Stack backfield for Harstead. Man in motion. They'll go right up the gut. Bread and butter for the Red Wolves.
Well, that's about what their offense generally looks like. As long as you've got progress, you're okay, because you go from 1st and 10, now you're 2nd and 8, go from 2nd and 8 to 3rd and 4, and you're in good position, because oftentimes you're in 4-down territory anytime you're near that 50.
Holden Potter with the tackle for the Eagles. That sets up now a 2nd and 2. Here comes Harstead around the left side, nowhere to go. That same play they tried earlier, just not working on that left side. Cannon Juarez closing the gap there for a loss of 8.
Well, Vic, if I'm coaching Loveland down there, I'm telling my guys, you got to get north and south. I know they're trying to get outside. That's clearly the design of the play. At some point, you got to put your foot in the ground, and you got to gain yardage. They're losing too many plays where they're going backwards.
Sets up a long yardage situation. 3rd and 14 for the Red Wolves.
Got to go north and south. Got to go north and south.
A little different formation in the backfield this time. Man in motion. Harstad's going to keep it. Harstad's going to pop it to the outside, but there's just nowhere to go. Too many silver helmets out there.
Broomfield defense continues to just stop these guys at the line of scrimmage. Loveland's got absolutely nowhere to go. They've got no choice in this situation. They're clearly going to have to punt it. Harstad keeps it. It's you got 3rd and long. You could put the ball in the air, but that's not what they do best. So they say we're going to keep the ball in our QB's hands, but Broomfield's shutting it down.
Noah Biller making the tackle. And back again now for the Eagles is Mikhail Benner. Such a lethal weapon, Benner. Interceptions and punt returns. Kick is clear. Benner, fair catch, and the Eagles will take over from there. 7-0 Broomfield in the 4A title game. There's Coach Blair Hubbard and the Broomfield Eagles. His defense has done wonders so far. More on that in a moment. Time now for the Future in Your Hands, brought to you by Ball Corporation. Some of the recruits on each side. Garrett Harstad, the quarterback for Loveland, got an offer from Northern Colorado this week. Broomfield's got Cole LeCroux headed to Wisconsin, and Landon Davidson, who has offers from 4 major programs in the country. 1st and 10 for LeCroux and company. LeCroux's going to keep it. He's met right away up front. Drew Foley.
How about that for some weapons for Blair Hubbard? You got a left tackle with 4 legitimate Division I offers. You got a quarterback who's going to University of Wisconsin. Now I'm hoping he'll change that and go to CU. Maybe we'll get a little announcement tomorrow, Vic. We'll see what happens. But that's some weapons in a school like Broomfield.
Yeah, that could change a lot of things for the state of Colorado if that announcement is true. We're speaking of Neon, of course. Prime time. 2nd and 6. Outside, nice. Right on the money. LeCroux to Anthony Cobb.
Love that throw from LeCroux. Watch how quickly he gets his feet planted. Offensive line, hey, my life is easy. We get rid of the ball that quickly. He catches the ball, gets his feet planted, gets that ball out of his hands very, very quickly, puts the ball exactly where only his guy can catch it. Great throw from LeCroux.
Gain of 7. Sets up 1st down now.
They threw the ball.
Well, a rare treat in this 4A title game. Empty backfield for Cole LeCroux. Motion man coming his way. LeCroux's going to throw it again. Takes his time. He'll go up top. Going deep for Cobb. No, it's Cobb. 2 players in the same spot, and he can't hold on. What a effort there by number 88, Kalen Fry. He dove for it at the end. I thought Fry and Cobb were going to run into each other.
Well, that's not supposed to happen, Vic. You're not supposed to have 2 wide receivers. They're ending up in the same spot like that. I'm not sure if one of them made an adjustment, if the other one, who was that ball throwing to? But 88 almost comes down with it.
Well, you saw Cobb. He's like, oh, man, this is my teammate. I got to let up here.
Right. That's not by design. You don't want your guys running into each other.
Broomfield will try it again. 2nd and 10 now after 2 straight plays. That could have been a big one. By the way, total yards in this game, Loveland doesn't have any yet. Broomfield with 68 and counting. Empty backfield. LeCroux. Latoss. On the money. That's Fry again for a gain of 16.
Okay, Broomfield changing it up here. We got 3 passes in a row. Why not? You got a quarterback who's going to University of Wisconsin. Clearly, you've got some talent. Offensive line does a great job. I mean, he's got one guy sort of in his face right there, but he had all kinds of lanes to throw through. And hey, if LeCroux can throw like that all day, Broomfield is they're going to be in control.
Cole LeCroux 2 for 3 now in this game. 24 yards. Got that right arm working. First and 10 for the Eagles. LeCrew's going to keep it. LeCrew bouncing off Red Wolves. And this time, driven back. He's got about a 4-yard gain.
Yep. That's great. You pick up 4 downs on first down. Hey, as an offensive coordinator, I've got everything open to me. I got my whole play sheet available. Now, Alan Jeffries is the defensive coordinator. He's also the head coach for Loveland. This is when his crew needs to step up to the plate. They need to shut this down right now.
Hudson Vogesser with the tackle there for Loveland. Sets up a 2nd and 6. LeCrew. He's going to throw. He's going to throw it out of bounds. Smart play.
Vic, Alan Jeffries clearly respects Cole LeCrew's arm because I'm looking down there at that box and only seeing 6 guys in the box. Now, sometimes the defense is at the high school level. It's tough to identify them. I would call this a 3-3 stack. That's what I would identify it as. But you've only got 6 guys in the box against an old school wing T principle offense. But that's showing you that Alan Jeffries clearly respects his arm as much as he does his legs.
Jeffries been part of the Loveland program for 19 years. Can you explain the tape on each fingertip there?
I cannot explain that one other than maybe he bites his nails off when he gets nervous.
1 and 10's head coach. Been the head coach for the last 2 years, and we've got a Broomfield timeout before this 3rd down play. So Blair Helbert's going to talk it over with his offense. You've seen a little bit of everything out of that Broomfield offense, so they're a little more unpredictable, obviously, than Loveland.
They are more unpredictable, but they're in great shape right now. Like I said a little bit earlier, anytime you get past the 50 at the high school level, you got to be thinking 2 plays. So you got 3rd and 6, is that where we're at right now? You got about 3rd and 6. I would call a running play here. I'd call my best running play, say, hey, pick me up 3, maybe 4 yards. Then you're in great position on 4th down. You don't have to put the ball in the air if you don't want it.
Back to the tape on the end of the fingers.
That's a unique one. I'm not sure I've seen that. You know,
as a lineman, did you ever do that just when you get into a stance? Or?
No, I mean, I wore gloves. I wasn't, I wasn't old school. I wasn't Neanderthal out there.
Here we go, 3rd and 6 at the Loveland 45. Cole LeCrew. Motion man, LeCrew's going to keep and throw. LeCrew out route, this one's too far outside. Incomplete, and that'll set up a 4th down. He was trying to find Kalen Fry.
Well, I don't mind the play call. You've got a great quarterback. You clearly trusted him. No problem putting the ball in the air, but that's the issue. So now you're 3rd and long, you're 4th and long. You got to punt the ball. If you would have kept that ball on the ground, you probably would have been in 2-down territory.
Hudson Vogesser back to return the punt. He's also the Loveland punter, so he punted himself if you want. Okay. Here he is on the return. It's not going to get there, as Vogesser will let it drop.
Let it roll.
That's inside the 10, so great results there for the Eagles. Punt there by Nick Petrich. 47 yards. Let's go downstairs. Kim Becker. Kim?
You guys, this week, Coach Hubbard told us that the DNA for Broomfield is FTL. They have decals on their helmets. It stands for Fearless, Tough, and Love, and that is exactly what I am seeing out of Cole LeCrew down here on the sidelines. He was running up and down while his defense was on the field, talking to his offense on the sideline with tough love. You could just tell how much he cares about this team and what a leader he is for these guys. It's been pretty cool to see down here.
Well, I know we have a cool feature on Cole LeCrew and the LeCrew family from Kim coming up at halftime. Can't wait for that one. This sets up Loveland trying to get its 1st yard because they're at 0 right now. And Harstead, he'll scramble his way for about 3, maybe 2.
Vic, at some point, Loveland is going to have to show they can throw the football, because take a look down there and see what Broomfield is doing defensively. I think there's 8, 9 different guys down there in that box. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good your running game is. You got 8 or 9 guys in the box. It's tough to run the ball.
2nd down for Loveland.
9 guys down there.
They're going to go up the middle right into that swarm, and there's just nowhere to hide. Trent Stevenson gobbled up by Ryland Beamer.
Well, I see why Loveland's trying to get the ball outside oftentimes, because you got so many bodies down there in the middle. If you are going to run the ball, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys down there in that box. Your only hope is to get outside of it.
3 tackles for loss already in this game by that Broomfield D.
Yep, doing a great job. And that last offensive possession from Broomfield, okay, they got past the 50, they stalled out. Well, look where they got the ball right now. They pinned Loveland backwards, and they're likely going to get great field position on offense again for Broomfield.
That'll do it for the first quarter here at Mile High Stadium. Broomfield 7, Loveland nothing. You're watching Altitude Sports. High school football on Altitude is brought to you by your Front Range Toyota stores and the incredibly tough 2023 Toyota Tundra. AAA. Get auto and home insurance that'll never let you down with AAA. Go to AAA.com today for a free insurance quote. And by Ball Corporation. The future is in your hands. Recycling. 7-0 Broomfield. Here in the 4A state championship game. Opening play of the second quarter. It's a 3rd and 8 for Loveland. Round the right side, and that one is going to be shy of the first down marker. Drew Foley couldn't get there. He's pushed out of bounds.
See, and this is where you go back to the last offensive possession for Broomfield, and you say, hey, no problem. You got good yardage. You flip the field. Normally, you get 4th and short. Loveland would think about going for it, but they don't have a choice here.
So 4th and 3 for the Red Wolves. They're going to punt, obviously. Hudson Vogesser, as we mentioned, not only does he return punts, he actually kicks punts.
I like that.
Returning this one is Mikhail Benner for the Eagles. Vogesser's going to let it go. Benner's got it. Fair catch inside midfield. You thought he should have run that?
I did. That's a low liner. I understand it. He's got 3 guys coming in hot on it.
Yeah, but I don't think the coach gave him that option.
Well, I don't know. You might be right. All I know is when you get those low hangers like that, that's when he usually gets big returns in the kick return game.
By the way, Tyler, it pays to be on Twitter during commercial breaks.
Okay.
I want to thank Don DeLay, who tweeted me. It says, the reason Coach Jeffries has that tape on the end of his fingers is because it helps his players see his signals, his defensive signals.
Oh, okay. So he's got his fingers up in the air, a little bit easier to identify him.
Yes. That's why the tape is there, not because he bites his nails.
He might bite his nails also.
Here come the Eagles. Great field position again. LaCrue gonna keep. And he'll accrue about 3 yards there as Broomfield continues to march. Caden Stansberry with the tackle.
Cole LaCrue's going to do it all for Broomfield. He's got the ball on the ground. He's got the ball in the air. I like what Broomfield's doing offensively. You know, for an old school wing tee spread, they call it a spread wing tee. It's not all running the ball.
Does any high school run under center anymore?
I would if I was coaching, but no water coach does.
Flag on that play. Looks like it's going to be a false start. Referees assemble. Let's hear the call.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
It's only our second flag of the day, and they hit up Cannon Juarez for a false start there.
Ooh, just a little flinch of the foot right there. Wasn't much. He might have got away with it. Referee must have been staring right at him.
You know, back to that under center, is it tougher to coach under center? Is that why we're getting away from that?
Well, everything's just gone to this spread personnel. When you can spread the ball out, look at how far away these hash marks are. It's not the NFL. You can spread your wide receivers out. You can just create distance.
Quick strike there. Anthony Cobb on the receiving end, 12 yards, and it's close to another first down.
Anthony Cobb's made a lot of big plays for Broomfield this year. Cole LaCrue trusts him. You can see they've got a great connection. Look at that footwork, too. Looking down on the sideline, make sure he gets his feet in bounds. Nice looking play.
LaCrue, 3 of 6, 36 yards passing already. 3rd and about a yard, we'll call it.
Get that QB power. There it is.
And he powers his way all the way to the 30-yard line.
It's almost like I know football, Vic.
Well, they're not afraid to run their quarterbacks.
Of course not. Short yardage is the best weapon you got. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but when you got a half or a hat, if you got a running QB, it's the best short yardage play in football.
Drew Foley coming across to make the stop, and Broomfield's back in business. Here we go, 30-yard line. Cole LaCrue, man in motion. He's going to give it to the man in motion, and that man will go for about 4 as he flips that ball over. I think Brent Harris again. Yeah, that's Brent Harris. Got that turf in his helmet.
You know, we'll see if we catch the replay here. I thought Harris might have had an opportunity to cut inside of Luke Francis. Luke Francis, running back. Let's take a look at this. Watch Luke Francis coming off the left side, number 2. He does a great job getting up on the second level. Blocks him. See, I thought he could have cut it inside right there. Probably wouldn't have got much more, but another yard or 2.
That's that rocket sweep we've heard a lot about. Here comes LaCrue going to throw the ball. Running to his right, and it's on the money to Fry. What a laser from Cole LaCrue.
Hey, can we get Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson to take a look at this?
Wow.
Can we get Russell Wilson out on the move? Can the Broncos maybe get a little something like this going? Look at this. Great job by LaCrue. Get him out on the move. You've got an athletic quarterback. He's got a great arm. That's what they do best. You've got the run-pass option. If the pass isn't there, he could always take off and run and pick up 4 or 5 yards.
Put that over a linebacker's hands, too. LaCrue hands it off this time. Up the middle, Luke Francis. And nowhere to go. Jude Mayu plugging that hole.
It's hard to see these Broomfield numbers from up here. Number 58, offensive lineman for Broomfield. Man, he had his guy 6 or 7 yards down the field. I love to see that.
Well, let's be honest, we can't see the numbers due to the glare here, but...
Well, we both got glasses on.
I'm colorblind. What's your excuse?
Not a great combo.
All I see is a lot of big bodies up front for Broomfield, and it's 2nd and 10. Cole LaCrue with Francis on his right. LaCrue's going to throw again. Nowhere to go. The blitz is on. The ball is dropped. Who came up with it? We got a pair of players, and it looks like it's going to stay with Broomfield. Wow, what an opportunity there.
Well, Broomfield holds onto the ball, but either way, Loveland wins out of this situation. Whether they pick up the fumble, obviously that would have been ideal, but you got it backed up. Now you're in good shape. Alan Jeffries has got an opportunity to get his team off the field because, you know, high school kickers, you just never know whether you can trust them or not. I'm not sure whether Broomfield trusts theirs.
Isaiah Garcia Perez.
You know much about Isaiah?
Well, he's 15-pound freshman. That's what I know. And he came up with that fumble recovery. Freshman at 315. 4 of me couldn't get to 315 as a freshman.
It's like we're going to think it over.
3rd and 20. You know, the kicking game, it's a wild card in a high school game, because if you're watching an NFL game with the ball position here, it's automatic kicking.
Yeah, you know, we got the 5A game coming up after this, and, you know, chatted with Dave Logan a little bit earlier and said, you know, it's been an adventure, and it always is at the high school level with your kickers, with your special teams. So you got to think it over real hard as a head coach. Like, what's your goal right here? Do you want to try to pick up a first down? No. Pick up 10 yards. Now make it difficult on the other team. And then you trust your kicker.
Well, there's a lot of different kickers who can drill these ones, but again, at the high school level, it's not just the kicker, the holder, it's the snapper. There's so many elements to it.
It's all of it.
Broomfield's going to forget all that. It's still 3rd down. Chance to get closer. 3rd and 20. LaCrue rolls to his left this time. Stops. Pops. Underneath. Is it caught? Did the hands get under the football? Referee says
yes.
Yes, sirree.
He says yes. Now, they're about a yard short, I believe. But there's no question they're going to go for this one. What a throw.
Fry comes back to it, a gain of 19. Watch him set his feet here. Drills it, and Fry's right there for the reception.
Well, it's a great catch by Fry. Probably not the best throw that LaCrue has had all season long. That's a tough throw, though. You're rolling out to your left. Not every high school quarterback can throw it running out to your left like that.
4th down and 1. Broomfield's going for it.
QB run.
The QB has it, and the QB's going to get it.
You're going to see that all day, Vic.
It just seems too easy.
Well, it's no-brainer. Both these teams, both their quarterbacks are great with the ball in their hands. You get down there in that short yardage situation, it's going to happen 9 times out of 10. I'm not a genius. I know everybody thinks Tony Romo's a genius. He just knows football.
Both teams, both coaches aggressive now. Forget the kicks.
Yep.
We're going for it.
Well, heck, you get down this low, I'm going for it too. We're here to win a state championship.
Ninth play of the drive. Francis and LeCroux in the backfield. LeCroux, he'll throw it out to Fry on the right side and leads him a little too much.
I kind of like that throw, though. A little bit too far, but look at the touch he puts on it. He puts it in a spot where Fry's going to get it or nobody else is going to get it. Probably throws it about 2 or 3 feet too far, but that's a Russell Wilson lob pass right there.
Lane Thomas defending Fry.
I think he got caught up.
Big target, Caden Fry, for 6'1". Galen's 180-pound senior. Got 6 touchdowns on the season. 2nd and goal now for Cole LeCroux. There's that rocket sweep right, and the rocket sweep works. Touchdown, Broomfield. Cannon Juarez.
That's tough to stop. Like I said, Loveland runs that 3-3 stack, which means you've got 6 bodies all inside the box right there. And when Loveland gets this toss sweep outside, look how many blockers they've got out in front. 1, 2, 3 different blockers. Number 6 falls off but it's too little too late. You got so many seams to run through. Brent Harris.
Cannon Juarez shot out of a cannon for that touchdown, and the extra point attempt now for Dugan as Broomfield looks to make it a 2-touchdown advantage. And he does. 14-0. 7:09 left in the second quarter. All Broomfield so far here at Mile High in the 4A state championship game. Back here at Mile High Stadium where the Broomfield Eagles lead the Loveland Red Wolves 14-0. Loveland having issues offensively. What do you do now, Tyler?
Well, offensive coordinator Zach Mayu, he's going to have to come up with something to get a spark going. They keep running it up the middle. And I'm telling you, Broomfield's doing a great job with their defense and plugging up those middle holes. So you might want to try to get that toss sweep outside. But if they do it, they got to get their foot north and south, unlike they had been doing previously. You see what Broomfield did down there on the goal line. They went outside, but they put their foot in the ground and they went north.
Lane Thomas and Jude Mayu deep for the Red Wolves. Let's see what Broomfield does with this kickoff. Last time they popped it up, this one is right down the middle. It's Thomas. Thomas with a crease. Lane Thomas almost breaks that one. 32-yard return.
Hey, there's 3 phases to this game, Vic, and they all matter. Not the biggest return in the world, but that's a helpful return. You pick up that ball, you get it near the 40-yard line. You just got yourself an extra 1st down and a half. That's a big deal for an offense that's been struggling.
Mason Smiley saves a touchdown there. Loveland now has it 1st and 10. Trying to generate some offense. Harstad up the middle. A gain of 5.
That's a great run by Harstad right there. There's not a whole lot there.
And look, it went to Olsen instead.
Oh, did it go to Olsen? See, that's what I love about these offenses. You can never tell where the ball's going.
Exactly right.
Good run by Olsen, though. There's not a whole lot there, but look how much yardage he picked up. You're in a good situation now. Loving this is manageable.
They'll snap the ball to anybody.
They will.
You're going to see that in the 5A title game with Valor, too. 4 or 5 guys will be in the backfield, and anybody can get the snap. Harstad behind the center. He's calling for it. He's got it. He'll hand it.
Okay.
This one's got some room around the left side. Trey Olsen does it again. A 1st down for the Red Wolves.
I love the patience that Trey Olsen shows right here. He's got a lot of green grass in front of him, and it would have been tempting to cut it up right about there, but he knew that he had an extra blocker out there. If he cut it up inside, he might have got an extra 5, but he gets that stiff arm out of him. Get off me. Little baby stiff arm, little baby Marshawn Lynch.
They may have found something with Trey Olson, third leading rusher on the team, 6'1", 185 junior. A little bit of everything. He takes the snap. This time he tosses it out to Harstead. So they just reverse roles there.
That should have been a loss of about 4 yards. Does a great job of just getting back to the line of scrimmage right there, quite frankly. Spins off the first tackler, bounces off another. They didn't gain yardage, but they didn't lose any.
Ryland Beamer, the senior linebacker, with the tackle for Broomfield. Sets up a 2nd and 10. Loveland back in Broomfield field position now is a big factor. Harstead, inside handoff. Got some room for Lane Thomas, and he'll pick up a good 4 or 5 yards there.
Watch Harstead on this replay here. Watch the fake, watch the fake, watch the fake pitch. The Broomfield defense, they bid on that. The linebackers went left. It was just enough to create an opening to come back to your left, and it was right there for the running back. Good job by the quarterback with that fake pitch.
Noah Biller with the stop. 0 for 4 on 3rd down so far today is Loveland. Let's see if they can execute this one. Got some room, Drew Foley. And he is there for the first down. 6 yards. Just like that, Loveland offense is awake.
Well, this is a really important drive for Loveland. You're down 14-0 in the state championship game, and they're two teams that like to eat up the clock. You got to get some points on the board before you get to halftime. You got about 5 minutes left. You're in great position right now. Just keep doing it. I like number 53 there for Loveland. Got out in space, got a nice block on the 2nd level.
There's Joe Morris, the senior guard, 6'1", 190. Busy backfield for Loveland. They're going to hand it off to Olson. Olson around the left side. He's got the corner, and he's close to another Loveland first. A gain of 10. I think they're going to give it to him.
Well, I like that run from Olson. I'm sitting here. This is one of those old high school basketball coaches. Hey, don't shoot the 3, don't shoot the 3. Oh, nice shot, you made it. I'm thinking, Olson, get up the field. What are you doing? You're losing yardage again. But he gets all the way outside. Shows what I know, Vic.
Well, you never had that speed, Tyler.
I sure did not.
First down now for Loveland in business. Harstead's going to keep. Harstead goes backwards. Great penetration by the Broomfield front. Nick Petrich brings him down for a loss of 5.
Boy, Nick Petrich got through that line of scrimmage real quick. And this is what Loveland's got to avoid. You got to avoid getting backed up. Broomfield, they're going to bring a lot of guys in the box because they know it's 2nd and long. Loveland's still going to run the ball.
2nd and 15 for the Red Wolves. Stacked backfield for
guys in the box,
Loveland.
yeah.
We've got to throw, everybody. Harstead lets it rip. That one is up and over the hands of his intended receiver. A little too strong there for Caden Stansberry, and that'll set up a 3rd and long.
Harstead almost completes this pass, puts it just a little bit too high for his receiver, couldn't quite get up to it. Oh, man, that was almost a great throw, though.
Tell you, man, Harstead comes from a very athletic family. His brother plays at Regis. His uncle, Bobby Harstead, back in my day, one of the best athletes in Colorado.
Is that right?
Thompson Valley, played basketball at Creighton.
Good lineage.
Very good lineage. Let's see if it works out here. 3rd and 15 for the Red Wolves. Harstead goes left. Harstead lets it rip. He's got a man open. He's got that man in the end zone, but out before he crossed the goal line. What a grab there, Cody Lease.
What a grab, but what a throw from Harstead. Are you kidding me? He's rolling out to his left. He's about to get tackled. Can't even get his feet in the ground. This is one of those Josh Allen type throws where you say, how the heck have you got the arm strength to get through? Watch this. He's rolling out to his left. He can't even get his feet planted. He's drifting backwards. Delivers an absolute dime. Loveland needed that one.
A gain of 28. Cody Lease, the tight end, the senior, coming up big. 1st and goal now. They're going to keep it on the ground, and they're going to score on the ground. Drew Foley, Loveland, finally crosses the barrier.
Now we got a ball game. We got a ball game. It felt like things were starting to slip away from Loveland, get down 14-0. What a response right there from Zach Mayo and his offense.
finally found some creases in that Broomfield D.
Yeah, well, they put the ball in the air, and they should have had 2 good completions on that drive, but they got the one that mattered, got them a touchdown right after it, too.
So timeout on the field here before the point after.
Well, they might be thinking about going for 2. It looked like they left their offense out there.
Interesting.
Watch this offensive line. Watch the right side. Boom. They go with the submarine technique.
Yeah, that's Morris, Joe Morris, number 53, leading
Great
the charge
job
on that pull.
No chance.
Well, these backfields, and again, we've seen this in the high school game, they just stack so many players back there, and they send numbers.
Yeah, Drew Foley at 5'11", 185 pounds. He runs a lot bigger than he looks.
So great
5'11", actually, that's decent height for a running back. High school level.
I think that's decent height for a human.
Yeah, he definitely got you.
In my world. Trey Olson for the point after now. Here's the kick, and it is true. Loveland back in business, everybody. It's 14-7. Broomfield over Loveland in the 4A state championship. Welcome back to Mile High, 14-7 Broomfield. Vic Lombardi, Tyler Columbus here in the booth on Altitude Sports. Kim Becker prowling the sidelines. Kim?
Well, you just saw Trey Olson kick that extra point. You also saw him take a snap a few downs ago and run the ball. He's also listed as a free safety and a wide receiver. You guys, this Loveland roster, you've got so many guys that play both ways. And Vic, in our coach's call earlier this week, you asked Coach Jeffries about that. You said, this guy does everything about multiple players, and he said, yeah, that's Loveland football for you. And I can tell you right now, walking behind the Broomfield sideline versus walking behind the Loveland sideline, you can absolutely see what a less number of players is on that sideline for Loveland.
Olson kicks it off, and that goes off a Broomfield player.
You better get to that.
It was touched. No, not in the high school rules now. If it gets to the end zone.
Oh, okay, it's dead.
It gets to the end zone, and the referee's going to call it dead. But I tell you, more on Olson. Not only does he do everything, he's also a backup quarterback for this team. So.
Yeah, he does. He's listed as backup QB. He got his hands all over the place. I want to talk about Loveland, though, Vic. That's what I want to talk about here. We talked to Coach Alan Jeffries earlier in the week, and he described his group as gritty. They won a couple of nail-biters already throughout the playoffs so far this season. This team's been in the championship game 3 times in the last 5 years. They've been here. They're not intimidated by the moment. They're down 14-0, and we're seeing that grit.
Well, we've seen LeCruz throw the ball 7 of 12, 69 yards. He's also run it for 12 yards and a touchdown. This time he'll pitch it up the middle. Just a quick pitch, and it's available, and it's going, and it's almost gone. Brent Harris.
Brent Harris listed as a slot. He's a junior. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns on the year. He is a good. He's a good weapon when he's got that ball in his hands. Not just wide receiver, clearly. I mean, everybody on this Broomfield offense, you're more than a slot wide receiver. Everybody's a running back on this team.
Good to see Harris again redeem himself after that fumble on the opening play. He's chased down there by Cody Lease, who saved a touchdown. 1st and 10 Broomfield, man in motion. They're going to go a little reversal, a little razzle. The ball's in the air, coming back for it. It's caught at the 32 by Cannon Juarez.
How many guys touched the ball in this play, Vic? We got the quarterback, we had the reverse. I think we had 4 different guys touch the ball on the Broomfield offense here. Watch this. We got 1, 2, 3.
That's Fry with the ball there. He's going to toss it upstairs. And it's short enough for Juarez to come back for it.
Hey, I think Fry knew exactly what he's doing. He threw that back shoulder. That was with intention. Come on.
Whatever intention it worked to the tune of a good 30 yards.
My intention is to win.
That is the true intention. Here comes Cole LeCruz. This time. Oh, what a grab! Juarez! Did he one-hand that thing?
Yes, he did.
20 yards.
He did. Cannon Juarez, a senior, 776 all-purpose yards. Watch this. You see why he's got all that. What a one-handed grab. I thought it was too far, Vic.
Goodness gracious, what a play. 2 straight pass plays, and Broomfield is knocking on the door now. 15-yard line.
Someone check those gloves for some stickum.
Rocket sweep right. Juarez, can he finish the job? No, knocked out of bounds right at about the 1-yard line. Hudson Vogesser pops him down before he crosses the plane, and it sets up now a 2nd and goal.
We asked Blair Hubbard to describe his offense. He said swing T principles that are blended with the spread. And we were told specifically the rocket sweep is what their bread and butter is. They've gone to it 4 or 5 different times already in this game. That's a tough play to stop.
Cannon Juarez, 2 rushes, 15 yards, 2 catches, 40 yards. He has been a playmaker. 2nd and goal. LaCruz with Francis in the backfield. And LaCruz going to keep it. And Broomfield adds to its lead again.
Back and forth, back and forth. Are we going to get a shootout from 2 wing T offenses?
How do we know they always go to that quarterback keeper in short yardage situations or something close to it?
Because I told you they would. That's how you know. Listen to me.
Here comes the point after. Dylan Dugan. And Broomfield is back to a 14-point cushion. Look at that. The kids have the iPads on the sideline, taking it right away.
I don't remember having an iPad in college, or excuse me, in high school.
You had the Rubik's Cube on the sideline.
Yes, we did. I was not solving it.
Great playmaking by these Broomfield players so far. Big plays on that drive. Chunk plays, as they call them in the game. And right now, Broomfield is back up 21-7. All right. We saw Loveland respond the last time, and they responded by throwing the ball. Do you expect more of the same?
I do not. You got 2 minutes, 15 seconds. I think you come out, your first play or two, come out with your best run. Try to get outside. Maybe you come out with a screen pass, gain some yardage, but you got to gain some yardage on your first down. Then you can put the ball in the air after that.
Dugan kicking off. This one is fielded by Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas got a lane. Lane Thomas around the right side. Crosses midfield. Finally out of bounds at the 43. That's a return of 53 yards. They found some on that kickoff return.
There you go. That's twice now that Loveland kickoff team has done a great job of gaining yards. Gets past the 50. That is huge. See, when I told you I thought they were going to keep the ball on the ground, that's because I thought they were going to be backed up to about that 20-yard line, and you got to be worried about turnovers here. You didn't want to give Broomfield another opportunity to score. Now you're in an aggressive mindset. Now you're trying to score.
The kicker helped save that one from a touchdown. Dylan Dugan gets down and sort of forces him to the edge there. And here comes Loveland on first down. Quick hit up the middle for 5.
Well, you got plenty of time. You got 1:56 on the clock, and you got 2 timeouts. You got good field position here. At some point, you do need to pick up some chunk yardage. This might not be the down that you have to do it. You just got to make sure you pick up first down.
1:40 and counting here. Loveland is taking its time. 4 players in that Loveland backfield. Harstad's going to keep. Puts his head down. Churns for about 2 more there. When do you start using those timeouts?
Well, I'm thinking about it right now. You know, you got a decision to make as a head coach. What's more important? That we don't let them score or that we score? When you're a run-first team, 1:15, I probably would have called the timeout. I would have called it. Yeah, I definitely would have.
Harstad now, 10 rushes for 10 yards. It's been hard charging. Busy backfield. Harstad, he's going to throw it this time. He's got time. He's got a man over the middle. And it's just a bit long. He was open.
Harstad's going to want that one back. Trent Stevenson.
He had a man. Take another look at this play.
Harstad, good ball. just put a little bit too much on. Oh, that's number 21.
That's Jude
Mayu. I'm going to assume that's the offensive coordinator's son.
That is Jude Mayu, the leading receiver. He's had an opportunity there, but just a little too much under it. Sets up in 4th and 4 with under a minute to play in the half. They still have 2 timeouts. Harstad. Handed off inside, and he's going to be stopped short.
Didn't get it. And that's why Alan Jeffries didn't call timeout, because he wasn't sure if they were going to pick up the first down or not. Doesn't want to give Broomfield more time than he has to.
Drew Foley with the carry and just gobbled up by that Broomfield defense as he cuts it inside.
Well, I just respect the heck out of what this Broomfield defense is doing right now. I know that Loveland's gotten loose a couple times, but for the most part, they've really contained their running game.
Caleb Meehan, Ryland Beamer in there, a host of others. 49 seconds. Broomfield's Cole LaCrue.
No, I bet they put it in there.
He ain't afraid. No, they'll put a little one in the air there.
That's in there.
That's in the air, and it's down the field, and it's Harris again. He has found some room. Brent Harris for a gain of 25, and the clock is stopped at 41 seconds.
Wow. Wow, what a big play from the Broomfield offense. I thought they might put the ball in the hands of their quarterback. Now the clock is not stopped. They get the first down. It resets once they get the chains moved. But that's a real helpful situation because Broomfield, they could eat this thing all the way down.
Clock is moving, 25, and now a stoppage of play.
Well,
did he kill it there?
Yeah,
he killed it.
They did kill it, and if that was their plan the whole time, I don't like what they did there. They should have gotten that ball off much quicker. They had one timeout in their pocket that they could have used if they wanted to. I actually think it's the right call to not use the timeout. It's the right call to spike the ball, but they let a solid 6-7 seconds click off that. If you're spiking it, you got to get on that ball.
They have a timeout left, 24 seconds to play in the half. 2nd and 10. See what Blair Hubbard's boys can do from here. LaCrue in the backfield. He's going to pump once. He's going to throw to the right side of the field. He's looking downfield, and it's picked off. What a catch by number 81, Lane Thomas.
Well, I was watching that referee, Vic. He had that hand in the pocket. Anthony Kopp gets tripped up here. I think it's the right no call. I think it was incidental. I'm looking for this. If we get the replay here, yeah, let's check this out. I think he gets clipped up on the feet. Probably a good no call.
Yeah, I mean, let's not go all NFL here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an official in the NFL, by the way, when it comes to PI, how do you make a call? It all looks the same. It's grabbing back and forth.
It does all look
Just
the same.
grab.
But you know what, Vic? That's why sometimes in situations like that, you put the ball in the air because you just hope and pray, hey, if you get the foul, that's as good as the completion.
All right, so Loveland's turn. They're going to just kill the clock here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Just a quick run right.
Get into halftime, no turnovers, nothing dumb.
All right, we have an interesting second half coming. Most of the action occurred late in that first.
It's more points than I would have thought in the first half, Vic.
You're exactly right. It's 21-7, beat town. Let's go downstairs to Kim Becker. Hold on a second.
Thanks, guys.
So,
yep,
go ahead, you ready?
No, we're waiting for Coach here. He's talking to some of his guys, and then we're going to talk to Coach Hubbard here as Broomfield leads into halftime. He had a couple different focuses that we want to talk to him about, especially his defense and how they're performing. So give us 1 second here.
Very good. Waiting for Kim Becker to talk to the head coach of the Broomfield Eagles after his team put up 3 TDs in that first half. You're right. It looked like we were going to have a slow game, and then it turned exciting in the second quarter.
Absolutely. Ball's moving back and forth. Here we go. Let's go down to Kim.
All right, guys, here with Coach Hubbard of Broomfield. Coach, one of your focuses you said earlier this week for this game was your defense. They had to be able to find the ball carrier amidst all of the pullers that they would send at the point of attack. How have you seen them do that today?
So far, we've been doing a good job of finding them and making the tackles. We just can't fall asleep on the deep pass like we did there in the second quarter.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Brent Harris for a little bit. He fumbled in the beginning of the game, but has had a couple of good plays. What did you say to him after that first run?
I didn't say anything to him. I just went right to him right away on the next play, and he broke a big one for us to get us some momentum.
All right. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Coach Hubbard. Thank you, Chessa. Colorado Sports Hall of Fame as well. Everybody making this broadcast happen. Is 21-7 Broomfield at halftime. High school football here at Mile High Stadium. Broomfield leading Loveland 21-7 at the half. Picture perfect, crisp morning, and we're leading the afternoon. Let's go downstairs to Kim Becker.
Here with Coach Jeffries. Coach, you guys are down 2 touchdowns, but in the first half and throughout this whole game, one of your main focuses was to win the turnover battle. You are doing that. What do you want to adjust for the second half?
Well, I think the main thing is we just got to get on our blocks a little tighter. We're spreading out our blocks a little bit too much. Usually we have a little better holes for our backs to go through, and they're just closing them quick. So if we stay on our blocks, focus on our blocks, we'll be fine in the second half.
This is the last 2 quarters for a lot of your guys who have played football together since 2nd or 3rd grade. Did you have anything to say to them in halftime?
It's 24 more minutes of whatever you're going to have. So leave it all on the field. I mean, these guys are a great group of kids. Some are going to go on, some of them aren't. So I just want to make sure that these guys in this thing, if we lose it, win it, whatever happens, I want to make sure that they leave everything out here so they have no regrets.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim and Coach Jeffries. Broomfield Eagles nursing a 21-7 lead. Coach Jeffries mentioned being tighter on the blocks.
Well, I think that means create more space. I'm not sure what being tighter on the blocks means, but I do know that he mentioned that they don't have any intention of running, getting away from the running game. What he said is, we just got to get more power. We got to get a bigger lane. They're used to having a bigger lane for their running backs. It has not been there. And it sounds like they're not going to get away from what they know is their bread and butter.
In that first half, Broomfield quarterback Cole LaCrue, 8 of 13 in the passing game for 140 yards, 1 TD. He also rushed for a pair of touchdowns. And Cole LaCrue, you're finding out today why Wisconsin recruited and got a commitment from this kid.
Yes, you are. Look at these rollout passes. That's what's impressed me the most, man. He's getting out to the right. He's getting out to the left, throwing off his off shoulder. Every time they get down there in that goal line, you know what they're going to do. They're going with that QB power. It's tough to stop.
This is Cole LaCrue's career numbers at Broomfield. 29 games he's played, so the better part of 3 seasons. Close to 6,000 yards, 57 touchdowns to only 11 interceptions.
I like that ratio right there. Man, you've really seen the arm strength today, though. And when he gets rid of that ball, he gets rid of it quick, and that thing pops.
Loveland will start on offense first. They won the toss. They opted to kick off, so they'll handle the ball first here in the second half. And again, they've got some work to do as we take a look at the Broomfield sideline.
Well, Loveland, they chose to take the ball in the second half. And I think right now, that probably was a good decision. Ideally, you're not down by 2 scores, but it does go to show you, you know how important this possession is right here. Whether they score or not, they don't necessarily have to score, but they do need to flip the field so that they've got the battle of the field position back into their control.
I don't know if it's just me. The field looks so much bigger with high schoolers on it. Did you notice that?
Well, it's the hash marks. I mean, that's what you really see.
That's a good point.
Yeah, look at how wide those hash marks are.
Oh, that's so very valid. That's very valid, and it changes the game.
Oh, it does, big time.
All right, Broomfield kicking off to start the second half. Loveland receiving, going to squib it up the middle. It's returnable, and it's returned a good 15 yards there. Hudson Vogesser, and Loveland working out at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
And Broomfield, your special teams coach, is saying, okay, we learned our lesson. Yeah. We don't want to put the ball in their returners' hands anymore.
Right.
We'll put the ball at the 35. That's all right. We can't let it cross the 50 again.
Yeah, Lane Thomas almost broke a pair of them in that first half, so they're not going to kick it to him anymore. Here we go. First play, second half. Loveland down 21-7. Garrett Harstead is going to hand it around the left side, and Drew Foley churns his way for about 2. Mikhail Benner pushes him out of bounds.
Go right back to the well, toss sweep. That's what they've been trying to do all day, and they've been really close. You know, Vic, this run only picks up 2 yards, but the difference between 2 yards and 8 yards is very, very small. It's one guy holding on to his block just 1 second longer.
I was going to say the difference between 2 yards and 8 yards is exactly 6 yards.
Well, the difference between you and I is about exactly 6 feet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Harstead by himself. He'll toss it quickly to his right. Drew Foley with a little more room this time, and we've got a flag on the play as Foley makes his way to the first down marker. Garrett Keeler with the stop, but let's see what the ref says. It's in the area of a hold, and a hold indeed is the call. So that's coming back. Let's get the official.
Block in the back. Offense, number 21.
Block in the back.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Oh.
Replay second down.
Boy,
you don't like
this one hurts, Vic. Well, it's not so much that I don't like it. I didn't actually see it. But I know that it hurts because look at this play right here. New England Patriots do a great job. Let's see if we can see this block in the back. A little bit. You see it. Okay, it's a fair call.
Okay, he turned his body.
Yeah, it's a fair call. He definitely blocked him in the back, but it's painful. Patriots do a great job of using their running backs in the passing game. It's an extension of the run game. That's what they did there.
All right, Loveland's at it again. This time Trey Olson around the left side, and Trey Olson will get back near the original first down marker, and Mikhail Benner pushes him out of bounds, so it's a gain of 6.
The one thing Broomfield has not done all day is they have not given up that contain. They know that Loveland is stretching it. They're stretching it. They're stretching it. They're trying to get past that outside defender. Broomfield's done a great job of keeping them inside and using that sideline as their friend.
Disciplined corners, too.
Yes.
Third down now. Loveland 2 of 7 on third down in this game. Harstead gonna keep. Harstead sneaks out of 1 tackle, still on his feet. He's now gonna sneak out of the second one, though. Too much blue in that Loveland backfield.
Just can't get outside. Can't do it. Does a great job spinning off the first tackler here. But even after that, there's nowhere to go. Look at that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 different Broomfield bodies all in front of him. He's got nowhere to go but lateral.
That's a loss of 4 as Brent Harris comes up to make the stop, and you saw Keeler forcing him to his right. Keeler forces the play. Harris finishes the play, and now Loveland forced to punt.
Great guy on the field.
Yeah, hurried him back on the field here. Vogesser's going to let it rip. This one off the side of his foot, and that one is only going to travel, well, maybe 8 yards.
Not ideal. Not ideal. Does this thing get tipped? Why does this only go 8 yards?
That's a 13-yard punt.
Just didn't get it off. Just didn't get it off. Special teams at the high school levels just so inconsistent.
Looks like the ball crawled up near his ankle there.
That could be a killer, Vic.
Well,
I mean, now you give them the ball, they're past the 50-yard line. All they got to do is pick up a couple first downs, and they should at least have a field goal.
See what Broomfield does with it. They've got the ball in ideal field position and a 21-7 lead. Here comes Juarez round the right side off the rocket sweep. He rockets to the corner, and an easy first down trot for the Broomfield senior. 14 yards.
Well, pop quiz for you here, Vic. What did I just tell you? Broomfield was doing a great job on the defensive end. Pop quiz.
They were containing.
That's right. That's what Loveland is not doing here. They are giving up that edge, and it's easy to pick up yardage when you don't keep the contain.
Juarez, 3 carries for 30 yards, averaging 10 a pop. Here he comes in motion again, but this time it's a keeper for LeCroux. He's got room around the left side. Oh, a shoestring tackle by Drew Foley, or that could have been a big one.
Drew Foley's a senior. You know this game means a lot to him. They've got to leave it all out there on the field right now. Gets that shoestring tackle. Cole LaCrue is not easy to bring down. Ooh, just gets a hold of that ankle. Nice tackle.
You notice when they run that rocket sweep, by the way, Broomfield, they sort of chest pass.
They do.
They don't pitch it underhand. It's a chest pass.
They do. You know, it's a variation of the jet sweep that came into the game about 5 or 6 years ago. This is just a different variation of it.
LaCrue's going to hand this one up the middle, and there ain't nowhere to run or hide on that one. The Loveland defense swarms. No gain, actually a slight loss. Luke Francis nowhere to go. Ty Young, Dylan Lindgren, they're all up in there.
Okay, now if you're
Lost
Alan
two.
Jeffries, you got him backed up. It's 3rd and long. They've got a great quarterback. Certainly he's got the capability of picking it up. I'm going down swinging if I'm going down. I'm bringing the heat right now.
3rd and 12. LaCrue slightly limping after that run. Keep an eye on that. Broomfield 2 for 4 on 3rd downs in this game. He's looking down at his wristband, looking at the play call. He's going to throw. He's going to throw to his main target, Anthony Cobb. Does Cobb have a first down? You betcha. He does.
Alan Jeffries chose to do the opposite of what I would have done. He rushed 3. He dropped as many guys as he possibly could. He's only got 3 defensive linemen rushing the quarterback right there, Cole LaCrue, and he gets a lane. He's gonna deliver.
And Anthony Cobb finds a crease. LaCrue finds it. They got a first down. Knocking on the door for more. LaCrue, rocket sweep left, and this time Loveland reads it. Nowhere to hide for Brent Harris. Isaiah Rich coming up to make that stick.
And again, Vic, we're starting to see that grit that Alan Jeffries was telling us about. Hey, it'd be easy to fold right now. Broomfield's got some momentum. They just picked up a big 3rd down. You had them backed up 3rd and long, but Loveland's not going down without a swing. They're fighting hard. They're gritty.
Great story for that kid who made the tackle, Isaiah Rich. Last year he was playing 6-man ball at Cripple Creek.
I love that.
Now he's in the big stage,
I love
baby.
that.
Here we go. Up the middle toss, and tossed to the ground is Harris. This time it's Jude Mayu with the tackle. They're reading these plays now.
Well, watch this, Vic. Watch this replay. Jude Mayo, he might have just been able to catch this pitch right out of the air. Watch how close this comes.
Whoa.
He could have just picked that thing off, taken it to the house. That was dangerous.
Now, that's a pass, though.
That's
a pass. So even if he tips it and hits the ground, that's the one advantage to throwing that ball in front of you.
That is true.
Broomfield 3 for 5 on 3rd downs. Let's see if they go back to the air with Cole LaCrue. LaCrue gonna throw. And this time, who's got it? It looks like it's cut, but the referees say he's cut, and I'm still looking for a signal here, Tyler. No catch.
They signaled
no
incomplete.
catch. Okay.
Boy, that looked complete from up here. We're a long ways away. Watch Cole LaCrue go out on this sprint right. He's got a deep comeback with his wide receiver. Let's see.
He's looking for Cobb. Oh, man, that's a...
Wow.
I mean, we can't see it from this angle.
I don't think... Well,
the ball's right there.
If anything, you could have argued that was close to an interception. I don't think this ball hits the ground.
Lane Thomas defending Anthony Cobb there. I mean, my goodness, here's 4th down. LaCrue over the middle, and this one's going to warrant a flag.
Late flag.
They get tangled at the 5-yard line. Wow. That's Kalen Fry who goes down. He gets tangled with the Loveland player, and the official throws the flag a bit late, but that's going to be a pass interference. Let's wait for the official call. Man, you hate to see that happen that late. Lane Thomas runs into Kalen Fry.
Pass interference, defense, number 1. Half the distance, 15-yard penalty.
That was Trey Olson.
Remains 4th down.
Trey Olson, and look at Jeffries. He didn't like it. He didn't think the ball was catchable.
Well, I wouldn't be happy about that either. And I guess my main issue with it, the referee threw that flag about 3 seconds late. Was it a penalty or was it not? Why'd you have to think about it so long? I mean, what a deal breaker that is.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. That's 15 yards, and it's still in a situation where they're going to kick a field goal because it's still fourth down.
Right.
I mean, they lost so many yards trying to run the ball, so we got a 31-yard kick here for Dugan. And Dugan digs it. He makes it. Dylan Dugan adding to that Broomfield lead, 24-7. High school football on altitude is brought to you by King Soopers, fresh for everyone. AAA, get auto and home insurance that'll never let you down with AAA. Go to AAA.com today for a free insurance quote. And by Planet Fitness. Join the judgment-free zone at one of the many Planet Fitness locations in Colorado. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Well, crazy turn of events there on that last drive as Broomfield, they're blitzing all right. A proud tradition of Broomfield football. They lead 24-7 over Loveland. Dugan kicking off. Oh, he'll just chop it up in the air. And that one, it's on the turf. And it looks like Broomfield ends up with it. Two Loveland players slammed into each other trying to receive it, and Broomfield takes advantage.
That looked like an extremely creative onside kick right now. Is that what that was? Did Broomfield just go for an onside kick? I mean, they only kicked that ball about 10, 12 yards, picked it up. Two Loveland receivers run into one another.
Wow. And it's scooped up by Broomfield. Look at Dylan Dugan. Look at him. Yep.
I did it.
Just like we planned it.
I did.
All right, so first down for LeCroux and company.
Time to put the ball on the ground. Rest of the game. Now you got to eat up the clock.
2 turnovers apiece for these teams. LeCroux has it on the ground. And just nowhere to go as Loveland swallows him up after about a 2-yard gain. You know, we talk about those kickoffs though, Tyler. The last couple times Broomfield has kicked it down the field, they've been burned. So why not just pooch it every time?
Well, I would have thought you'd pooch it at about the 25-yard line, but I really do think that was very intentional. They were trying to get an onside kick there.
2nd and 8 for the Eagles. LeCroux's going to throw it. Quick toss, Fry. He's still on his feet. Kalen Fry all the way down to the 15, 16-yard line for a gain of 20.
Tell you what, Vic, if I'm the Broomfield offensive coordinator, I'm very tempted to put the ball on the ground the rest of the game. But you know you got a stud quarterback. When you really put the ball in the air, you're up 3 scores in the second half.
Loveland's Drew Foley shaking up on the play. He'll jog off as Harstad, the quarterback, takes his spot on defense. I mean, they take two-way seriously. Even the quarterback can take a shot on defense.
Well, you only got so many good athletes at this level. A lot of guys got to go both ways.
Cole LeCroux, 11 of 17, 169 yards so far. Let's see if he throws. He's going to pitch. It's Kenan Juarez, and this looks like it may come back. Flags everywhere. A lot of yellow on that field.
Yeah, this looks like holding.
Man.
A lot of space out there.
Juarez gets to the edge in a hurry.
He gets quick, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I love that little quick toss pitch. Creative way of running the football.
Well, again, it's almost like looking at 1940s NBA basketball with the chest pass. Like,
right.
You know, here's how you throw the chest pass, kids.
Yeah.
But that's the way
Holding.
they teach it.
Offense, number 56. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
That's coming back.
Let's see if we can find the hold here.
Looks like
looking at our right guard.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Come on. You linemen never think there's a hold.
Hold on. He didn't turn his shoulders. He had his hands inside the framework. I don't know about that one.
LeCroux pumps. LeCroux goes deep. And this one is picked off.
Big play here for Loveland. That's what you need to get back in the game.
Cody Lease. Why own when you can lease? He's got the ball, and Loveland's got it back. They've got life again. He wanted Juarez down that left side, and Cody Lease steps in his way. Loveland's not done yet. 24-7 in the third.
everybody. You just saw that interception by Loveland. And one of the cool things about this Loveland team is so many of these players have been playing together since 2nd or 3rd grade, since flag football. We've got some photos of Garrett Hardstad here, Hudson Bogesser. I mean, kids who have just been having their entire football journey together. So this is a very, very special day for them. I spoke to Gabe Olson, Trey Olson's dad, last night, and he said that his favorite part of seeing his kid play is having the ball in his hand and seeing how he's grown with all of these kids out here at Mile High for the first time for a lot of them.
Thanks, Kim. Reverse to open up this possession for Loveland, and they'll go the other way with Bogesser. Guess who gave it to him? Harstead. So the kids that have been playing since youth football connect on that one for a first down.
That's a fun story right there. You get to play with your best friend throughout your entire life. Get to this moment, you're in the state championship game, you're trailing, and you're a little bit stressed. Now, no harm, no foul in that last possession. You lost the kickoff return, but this is about where they would have been if they would have just given the original pooch kick. Harstead might be stressed a little bit. They got to throw the ball at some point. You're down 3 scores.
They got a receiver wide right now, Trent Stevenson. Harstead's going to pitch it right. Foley up the middle. It's Olson, I'm sorry, with the carry, and Olson goes for about 7. So they're stretching the field a little more, aren't they?
Yeah, and now they're starting to find some lanes. Trey Olson is the 3rd leading rusher on this team. Does a great job of getting outside the tackle, finds a seam, gets up.
Look at the total yards in this game so far.
Whoa, that's not ideal for Loveland. 289 to 102.
Well, if they want to get back in this game, they're going to have to collect a few on this drive. 2nd and 3.
This is a good opportunity to take a chance. Take a shot down the field. That's what I would do. You got 2nd and short. You got 2 more chances. I take a shot.
Ball on the right hash. They're going to take a shot right up the middle with Harstead, and he crosses the first down marker. 7 yards on the game.
Well, you keep the chains going there, and it's great. That's a good job of keeping the chains going. You got a big quarterback who's tough to bring down. I would have trusted him on 3rd down there. You know, you don't have too many opportunities to take a shot down the field. You got 2nd and short. You got to get some chunk yardage here at some point.
Beamer and Keeler combining on that tackle, as Alan Jeffries and the coaching staff in Loveland continuing to call the opposite of what Tyler Columbus wants.
Well, big.
1st and 10, up the middle. How do you like that call, Tyler?
I love that call. I love that offensive line. I could have ran that one, Vic. You might have been able to run that one.
A gain of 13 for Drew Foley, brought down by Ryland Beamer.
Watch that Loveland offensive line just swarm up absolutely everybody. I mean, the first Broomfield defender, he doesn't come near the ball carrier until they're about 6-7 yards down the field.
By the way, Ryland Beamer, 9 tackles for that Broomfield defense. He's a senior, 6'2", 205. 1st and 10. For Harstead and the Red Wolves. Pitch left. Foley. Drew Foley cuts it inside, and Drew Foley all the way inside the 30. Loveland is running.
Yes, they are.
15 yards on the game.
And it's all outside. That's what they're doing. They're going outside, 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 and then when they get into short yardage situation, they'll run that quarterback right up the middle. This little toss sweep outside. Good block. Oh, might have been a little bit of hold there outside. That's all right. He gets away with it.
So Loveland OC Zach Mayu there. Let's see what they call on this one. 2 wings in the backfield. Harstead up the middle. That's some tough sledding, and you hear the helmets popping in the middle. I tell you what, if you're going to be a quarterback high school football in these offenses, you got to take a licking.
Yes, you do. You got to be tough. But we know that Harstead is tough. That's the one thing that you know about him for sure. He's tough to bring down. Straight up the gut here. Not much, but they do gain some yardage. About 4 yards. That's okay.
Holden Potter with the tackle there for Broomfield, and now we've got a 2nd and 7. Loveland is driving. Harstead handing, and that play goes nowhere. Keeler does it again.
Keeler about 3 yards deep in the backfield.
In the 4A semifinal game.
How do I get hair like that?
Well, didn't you promote a company for a while?
I did.
Yeah. I have a variety of wigs I keep in my trunk.
Right.
But Hudson, the Keeler kid, Garrett Keeler, in the semifinals, he made a play I don't think enough people talk about it. Before the game-saving fumble, he chased down the receiver down the left sideline. Here comes Loveland. This time, stack formation, and there's room around the left side. Trey Olson, first down.
They're feeling it now. They got some energy on that sideline. The crowd's loving it. The cheerleaders are loving it. That's about student body left. We got two lead blockers out in front. 3 lead blockers out in front.
Gio Toledo making the tackle. Loveland now 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Harstad's got it. He's going to give it up the middle. Again, it's Olson. Olson churning to the 10-yard line.
Everything's working. This is great. Everything's working. No matter what they do, they're picking up 3. They're picking up 5 yards. They're getting some chunk yardage in there in the running game. I said they need to throw the ball at some point. Well, hey, if you can pick up chunk yardage in the running game, that's as good as throwing the ball.
Approaching a minute and a half left in this third quarter. 2nd and 6. Loveland on the doorstep. Harstad gives. And it's down to the 1-yard line. Drew Foley with 9 yards on the inside handoff.
Somewhere on that Loveland sideline, they're thinking, where the heck has this been all game? I mean, they're making it look easy.
Foley, a senior, 5'11", 185, the second leading rusher. We've got 1st and goal from the 1. Who's going to get the snap? Harstad or Olson? Olson takes it. Wildcat up the middle. Did he cross? No sign yet. No sign yet. What a stick by Noah Biller.
Well, and he had that second effort there. If he didn't get by the first time, I thought he might get by on the second. Let's see. You think he gets this ball across the goal line? Here we go. That first pop. Stop. He's not across there.
I don't think so.
No, he's not across there, but watch, he gets a little second effort here. Nope. No, he didn't make it.
I don't think so. Biller, great play. Here's the second effort. That's all you need. Harstad does it himself. Loveland is in the end zone, and Loveland is cooking.
Cannot debate that one, Vic. That one is in the end zone. That crossed the line.
What a drive. What an answer. After the turnover.
That's what Alan Jeffrey said. We talked to him throughout the week, and he said the best thing I can say about my team is they're good. We're never going to give up. They had to win some nail biters in the playoffs already. They trailed by quite a few, by 3 scores here in the second half, and yet they're showing a lot of heart.
Here comes the point after now to cut it to a 10-point lead. Olson, Mr. Everything. He knocks it through.
Gets it.
He does it all. Here's a look at that touchdown run by Harstad. Takes a snap, finds a seam, nearly untouched. All right, we got a ball game in the 4A championship. 24-14 with 26 seconds left in this third quarter. You said it best about Loveland, though. Loveland is a proud program.
Yes, they are.
You're talking, and I know you played with a couple of these guys. There have been NFL products out of the Loveland program that have gone on to bigger and better things, but their roots are in the Loveland football, and it starts young up there.
Hey, they have a lot of pride in football. Obviously, Jeremy Bloom is a household name. Jeff Byers is a kid that I know very well. He's not a kid. He's a grown man at this point. He went out to USC. That was a monster of an offensive lineman. And you know that this Loveland team, they're not intimidated by it. Look at this. Look at this alumni.
Dave McClellan, back in my day, was probably the finest athlete in the state of Colorado.
Yep. That's a Buffalo right there. Colin Klein,
Bloom,
we all know him.
I still remember Jeremy Bloom going down the right side of this field. Remember from Joel Klatt?
I was there. It was the Lightning game.
Oh, you were?
I was on the team, buddy.
Here's the kickoff to Broomfield. Let's see what the Eagles can do for a response. Oh, here's a response for you. Got some room down the right side. A gain of 43 on the kick return by Caden Quintana.
We've seen a lot of big returns here on these kickoffs in this game, Vic, and it's really not that unusual at the high school level because look at that ball. There's just no hang time on it. We got those low line drivers. Your team just doesn't have enough time to cover down the field.
You're right, though. What a weapon to have at the high school level if you have one of those kickers, those next level kickers who can boom it.
All the difference in the world.
Ball's across midfield now for Broomfield. Cole LaCruz. Calling for someone. Nope. Juarez will go back to the line of scrimmage. There's his helper. And there's that rocket sweep. And Harris is going to have to reverse field. Nope. They've read it now. They've sniffed it. They know what's coming, Tyler.
Yeah, and this is Isaiah Rich. Watch this. Isaiah Rich doesn't end up making the tackle, but he makes the play. Number 28, he's your transfer from Cripple Creek, was playing six-man football previously. Look at him getting that backfield. Doesn't get the tackle, but he's the one that made the play.
Looks like we have a man down. Timeout on the field. It's that Isaiah Rich who you just discussed. Hopefully he'll be okay. Loveland is back in this game as the third quarter expires. It's 24-14, 4A championship on Altitude Sports. There's Cole LaCruz, Broomfield quarterback, as we enter the fourth quarter here in the 4A state title game. Loveland defense stopping that first down for a loss of 4. Broomfield at it again here, just inside midfield. 2nd and 16, LaCruz drops, LaCruz pops. He's got Juarez, and Juarez brings it home for a big gain. Wow.
Are you kidding me, Vic? Watch this throw. I mean, you understand why this guy's getting recruited all over the place. LaCruz, this is a college football throw. I'm not going to quite say it's an NFL throw just yet, but that is a college football throw.
Right in the breadbasket. That's a college football catch by Juarez.
Yes, it is. You know, they're going a little tempo here on offense.
Broomfield now. Inside the 20. Inside pitch. That one's good for about 3. As Harris finds his way about the 17-yard line. Drew Foley with the tackle. So 2nd and 8 now.
I think Blair Hubbard had some fun on the whiteboard. Look at these plays. Get that fake toss sweep underneath. It's hard to tell when you're a defender, did he actually pitch that ball or not? Then he handed off to the left. It's a good job by Loveland not biting at it. Only gave up about 1.5 yards.
It looks like LaCruz doesn't know the play call. They have some communication issues going on, but he's back now, ready to set the snap on 2nd and 8. LaCruz got it. He pumps. He'll roll right. He's got chasers. LaCruz lets it go, and he'll just throw it out of bounds. Jude Mayu in the backfield, forcing him to. Oh, look at LaCruz limp a little bit.
He's hobbled. He got something. I'm not sure if it's an ankle or knee or what happened. He's going to stay out there. He's not coming out in the state championship game. It was a good decision throwing the ball away.
Great.
He grabs his right ankle. Interesting they're staying on the ball to me. I would huddle up. Eat up as much clock as I could. What do I know?
Broomfield's 3 for 6 on 3rd down. LaCruz going to throw. Man in his face. LaCruz to the sideline, and he just tossed it before getting sacked. Didn't want to take the sack. So lets it go. Isaiah Rich and Ty Young doing most of the damage, and LaCruz right now is laboring.
He is. Alan Jeffries likes this defense because he said he can bring pressure from all over the place. You see it here. Great job of getting into the backfield. And then before you know it, you got 2 or 3 guys. Cole LaCruz just got nowhere to go.
Give credit to that Loveland defense for coming up big here.
Absolutely.
And LaCruz going to walk to the sideline. I'm not sure. There's a flag on the play, and I think they're going to call grounding because he tossed it with his left hand, didn't get it past the line of scrimmage. You don't get it past the line of scrimmage, they call grounding.
Intentional grounding, offense number 18.
All right, this could affect the field goal up there.
Let's lost it down. 4th down.
Yeah.
So they were in field goal range before that. This changes things. Now you're 4th down. And what looked like a little chip shot turns into a long field goal attempt. They're going to leave their offense on the field with a limping Cole LaCruz. It's 4th down and 23 from 32. LeCreu's going to go to the air again. He's going to go to the end zone. And this one off the back of the Loveland defender. That's off Hudson Vogesser. He wanted Canyon Juarez, but Vogesser's there. No flags. You hear the Broomfield crowd. They wanted a flag.
Should have been.
Could have been. 24-14. Loveland trying to dial up some action here for this fourth quarter. Zach Mayu, the Loveland offensive coordinator, with his team down by 10. After a big non-call there on that last possession, LeCrew wanted everything. He wanted Juarez. It goes off Vogesser's back.
Yeah, Vic, in my world, a defensive back has to make a play on the ball. He has to turn around. He has to try to make some eye contact.
Well, that's history now. Loveland's got it, first down, and there's a fumble, and the ball's on the turf, and it looks like Broomfield's got it right back. Lost in the exchange there. Harstead loses it. Broomfield's got it, and just like that, Broomfield in position. Nick Petrich.
That's devastating. It's hard to bounce back from this one, Vic. Anytime you turn over the ball this late in the game, it's going to hurt you. But you turn over the ball, you hand them the ball on the 28-yard line. You're already in scoring position. Broomfield, they're in the driver's seat. All you got to do is eat up the clock, go score 3 points. 3 points is great. That's fine. Score 7, it's even better.
Was that a miscommunication you think Harstead wanted to give, or?
I'm not sure.
First down for Broomfield. Inside handoff.
Wow,
that one,
tough run.
Second effort, good for 7 yards.
That's Luke Francis, and Blair Hubbard described Luke Francis to us as his Christian McCaffrey type of player. He's got some good speed. He can do it all. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. He breaks 1, 2. He breaks about 2 tackles there, and then the key part, he dives forward on the tackle.
Vogesser coming up to make the stop. 2nd and 3 now for Broomfield. That one's on the ground. Another bad handoff. And LeCrew, man, he's getting up slowly every time.
I'm losing my mind if I'm one of these coaches right now. What is going on? It's a state championship game. We're putting the ball on the ground. That was a miscommunication for sure. LeCrew 100% was trying to hand that ball off. I don't know if Francis thought that he was supposed to keep it or what. That hurts.
Loss of 6 sets up a 3rd and 9. Approaching 9 minutes left in the game. Every play critical now. Man in motion. LeCrew's going to his right. He's going to throw. Wide open is Harris. Brent Harris came out of the backfield and no one on him. A gain of 22.
Looks to me like Dylan Lindgren, he's a senior for Loveland. It looks to me like he just let man go through his zone and he lost track of him.
Right there in the middle of all that red and white is Brent Harris, the slot, the junior slot, 5'11", 155. It is now 1st and goal for Broomfield. On the doorstep of putting this game away. Inside handoff, Luke Francis.
Good tough, good tough.
Tackled by Ty Young. Young's been all over the field for Loveland.
You know, you're down 10 points. If you can hold them to 3 here, you're still alive. You're still alive. So really important that you get tough here if you're Loveland.
Young on that tackle, the leading tackler with 102, 8 sacks. For the senior linebacker for the Loveland Red Wolves. 2nd and goal from the 4 for Broomfield.
Got 8 guys, 9 guys down there in the box.
LeCrew inside and nowhere to go. Loveland is really holding tough inside the 5. Caden Stansberry comes up to make that tackle. I think they know the game's at stake right now.
Again, if I'm Alan Jeffries, I'm struggling and I'm frustrated, but I'm proud of my football team because they are showing grit. Hey, that's tough. You turn over the ball low in your own area. They get the first down. Now you're 1st and goal, and you've had 2 big plays in a row to keep keep them out of the end zone. You need one more here. Keep the field goal, it's okay.
3rd and goal. LeCroux with Francis to his left. And we've got motion.
Yeah, we got a false start.
Cannon Juarez jumped the gun there, and they're
Prior
going
to
to
snap, false start, offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
They're going to dial that back. And now you go from a certain run to a possible pass.
Yeah.
Cole LeCroux, the way he's throwing the ball in this game, why not?
Well, I'm absolutely putting the ball in Cole LeCroux's hands. Shoot, you got a Wisconsin-bound quarterback. I'm going to trust him.
3rd and 9. 3rd and goal from the 9. Cole LeCroux. He will throw. Slant and right in the path of that football. A great play there by Broomfield defender Ty Young, who again has been all over the field. He is Loveland's leading tackler, showing it today, and now a field goal to give Broomfield a little bit of cushion here.
Ty Young, great job getting your hands up in there, young man. Great job.
Dylan Dugan with the kick, and
Missed
that
it.
one is not close. Loveland holds. Loveland showing that grit, down by 10 with 7:05 to play. High school football on altitude is brought to you by Uberger Subaru and by Honda, proud partner of the Denver Nuggets. Adventure ready, fun ready, Colorado ready. Visit your local Colorado Honda dealers today. Mile High Stadium. 10-point advantage for the Broomfield Eagles. 7:05 to play. Loveland has the ball. They need to go 80 yards. Jared Harstead. Can't even say under center because no quarterbacks go under center anymore, but this one is handed off up the middle, and that's a good pop for about 6 of them.
Great start, great start. Now Loveland does not have to be in a 2-minute mode here. They don't have to throw the ball nonstop. Looks like they're going to huddle up, but they better get in and out of that huddle quickly because this 6 minutes, 48 seconds is left on the clock is going to go away quickly.
Both teams with their full 3 timeouts remaining. Harstead in the backfield. He's got helpers on both sides. Harstead fakes the pitch. He's going to throw. Nowhere to throw. He's going to let it go underneath, though, as a receiver comes open at the last second. Great play by Caden Stansberry, the fullback, for 8 yards.
Got to give Harstead a lot of credit on this one. He sprints out to his right, buys some time. There's really nobody open, but he just continues to drift and drift and drift. He finally finds one of his own bodies, wide open, delivers a pass. Good job.
Holden Potter with the tackle, and now we've got 1st and 10. Loveland, pitch left. Turn it back inside, Foley. He'll go for 4.
And again, that clock's just going to continue to click. It's just going to tick, tick, tick. Vic, they're huddling up here. They're taking a lot of time. You got to get 2 scores in. You got to take that first score. I'm okay with them running the football. I'm not okay with them taking this long in between each play.
Under 6 to play in the 4A state championship game. The team in white is Loveland. They're down by 10. That's a pitch left. Foley again. He'll be short of the first down by about 3 yards. That's a gain of 3. Tackled by Noah Biller.
Now, no matter what, you're in 4-down territory. You got to score twice. You just don't have enough time that's left on the clock. I'd leave the ball on the ground again, though. Try to pick up 2 yards, 3 yards, and give yourself 4 but short.
Much quicker out of the huddle that time. They listened to you, Tyler. Handoff, right. Olsen. Does he have enough? He's going to be spotted, I think, just a wee short of that first down. Let's see where the referee places the football.
They might have to pull the chains on this one. Okay, they gave it to him.
Noah Biller with the stop. That's the one thing that amazes me about the sport of football, even at the National Football League. You've got all this technology, but first downs are used.
We can't get a chip in the ball or something?
First downs are judged by chains.
Right.
First down it is for Loveland. Harstead with the fullback in front of him. Harstead's going to throw it. Quick toss out of bounds. Ooh, and that one is almost picked up by Juarez. He wanted Drew Foley on the quick out, but Juarez is right there.
Yeah, watch the closing speed from Juarez here. He sees that ball coming his way. He's 3 or 4 yards away from the wide receiver, comes up, gets his hand up at the ball, and he actually deflects it right there at the last second.
The intended target was actually Jude Mayu there. A little too tall for him. Harstead now. 3 of 7 in the air, 39 yards. Going to need some magic. He's going back to the air again. He'll find Trent Stevenson, who nearly breaks that one loose. Juarez with the tackle.
Now they're getting on the ball. Now we're going quick. That's what we should have been doing the whole time.
4:35 and counting. And
Oh,
they'll kill
wow.
it.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Vic, I do not like that.
That's a bit of a surprise.
We're 3rd down and we're killing the.
I don't think Alan Jeffries likes it. I don't think Alan Jeffries likes it.
What are we doing? This is not good. I mean, the game's on the line.
I think they thought they had the first down.
Well, I can't explain that. I mean, you got 3 timeouts in your pocket. If you want to stop the clock, call timeout. But you don't give up. You do not give up a down.
There's all
and now they're calling timeout. Alan Jeffries is losing his mind. He's not happy.
What could he be yelling about?
Well, I think he's got to be mad at Harstead. Unfortunately, look, I get it. This is a stressful moment for these kids, but I think that was just a brain fart right there.
Still a chance when we come back. 4th down in the 4th quarter of the 4A state title game. Biggest play of the game coming up here. 24-14, Loveland trailing Broomfield. After the last sequence, it brings us to a 4th and 4 for the Red Wolves.
Do or die time now.
There you see Cole LaCrue, Broomfield quarterback, hyping up his crowd. Game on the line. 4th down, 4 to go. Harstead, quick toss right. That one's going to be short. Drew Foley stuck before the yard marker, and that ball's going to go back to Broomfield.
Well, this is all but game, set, match here, unfortunately for Loveland. They still got a fighting chance. You never know what could happen. You might be able to get a turnover. You know, that would have been a great play call on 3rd down. Give yourself 4th and 2, 4th and 1. That's where that spike just comes back to kill them.
Look at that hair.
Put themselves in do or die situation.
Look at that hair, Garrett Keeler. Just follow the hair. He's all over the field.
Beautiful.
Nobody chases a play like number 93, Garrett Keeler. They needed it there. Broomfield's got the ball back near midfield. He's got 10 tackles, by the way, Keeler. 2 in the backfield with Cole LaCrue now. Let's see if they play it conservatively. They hand it up off the middle, and that is good for about 5 yards. Juarez.
Now you're in your 4-minute drill, Vic. This is what you live for as an offensive lineman. They call it the 4-minute drill because really all you got to do is pick up a 1st down, sometimes 2. Now, Loveland does have 2 timeouts left. In theory, they can force you to give the ball back. You pick up 1 1st down here, though, you're going to eat up every last second off that clock. You tell your quarterback, stay in the huddle as long as you possibly can. Now, they're not going to huddle up, but they're not going to snap the ball, believe me. They're going to eat that thing up all the way down to about 2 seconds on the clock.
Inside handoff, this time it's Francis. He stopped cold by Levi Gunn.
Alan Jeffries choosing to hold on to his timeouts here.
By the way,
sticking.
Loveland's got 6 tackles for losses in this half. So they're getting to the backfield this half.
I've been telling you, their defense has been gritty. They have not folded. There's been many opportunities that they can. Man, again, I'm struggling with this decision to not call timeout, though. You got him 3rd down. All you got to do is get 1 stop. You could have kept at least 40 seconds up there.
3rd and 4. Timeout.
Broomfield.
Blair Hubbard wants to talk things over. Next 2 plays are big ones for both teams, but Blair Hubbard figures they get 1 more 1st down. He can ice it.
You know, you don't get the opportunities to practice these clock management situations as a coach. You can get on Madden. You can try to practice it in the video games, right? And I'm not even kidding. I actually think it's a decent idea for coaches to go through game management situations like this. but they've had two situations that popped up. Loveland has, one with that spike. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
And now you've let a solid 30 seconds click off the clock. See, if they get a stop now, well, you got 2 timeouts in your pocket. Sure. You could catch a solid 30 seconds up there.
3:08 to play. Both teams 2 timeouts each. Loveland, desperate for D. They need defense here. 3rd and 4 for the Broomfield Eagles. Cole LaCrue calling for the motion man. He'll go up the middle. Second effort. And this is going to be enough for a first down as Cannon Juarez lined up next to LaCrue, takes the handoff for 6 yards. Senior to senior, Canyon Juarez, 6 foot, 175 pounds, 776 all-purpose yards, none bigger than those 6 right there. He's got 5 carries for 36 in this game.
Loveland had a defender in the backfield right there, but it's just a good gritty run. You know, I would have been tempted if I was Broomfield, put the ball in my Wisconsin-bound quarterback's hands and maybe throw it, but they kept it on the ground and they picked up the first.
Up the middle, Francis. Oh, the ball's out!
Okay.
The ball is out, and the ball is Loveland's.
Are they calling it down? No? Okay, turnover.
Caden Stansberry, huge play with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Just when you thought this was done, Loveland has life.
All right, here you go. Now you got one last final chance at this thing. Ball, he gets 2 hands on it. He's trying his best to hold on to it, but he's just got 3 defenders on him. Loveland does a great job of ripping him out.
Stansberry just doesn't give up. Keep picking away at that ball.
Hard to blame Luke Francis. He did his best to put 2 hands on it. Just couldn't quite hold on to it.
Back comes Loveland. Harstead gets out of 1. Can he get out of it? 2? He gets out of 3 of them. He's still on his feet. Harstead intercepted. Trying to make something out of nothing, and it's Cannon Juarez again.
I thought Arstead was doing his best to pull an old school, the good version Russell Wilson here. He breaks about 3 tackles, does everything in his power to hold on to it. And this is actually a great opportunity. When the game is on the line, these off-schedule throws are many times when you can gain chunk yardage. Unfortunately, throws an interception. Man, your heart just breaks for him.
Well, not many receivers to find when you're desperate. And that was a desperate play. Turnovers galore this half for both teams. As you see Garrett Harstead, man, he gave it a go there. He had 3 Broomfield players turned inside out for giving that one up. 2:19 to go, 2 timeouts. Broomfield's got it. They're going to keep it on the ground. They're going to try to hold that ball with 2 hands because you know Loveland's going to pick away, and that's Dylan Lindgren with the tackle.
All right, Broomfield, all you got to do is hold on to the ball now and you win a football game. These guys got to be feeling good. Offensive lineman, have some fun, man. Go out there, get yourself one final pancake. Loveland's going to fight tough. You know they're not giving up. That's a gritty unit out there. You never know what could happen. You might be able to get another strip. You might be able to get the ball on the ground again. But those offensive linemen for Broomfield, this is what you live for.
Kim Becker downstairs on the field.
Well, Coach Hubbard definitely knows this game is not over. He's got a lot of aggression over on the sideline, a lot of emotion. But if they do come out on top today, his overall record is 2-14-54. This will be his 215th win if they do get this win. Now, he has a very creative and unique offense. He's spoken at over 30 national football clinics about his offense and has helped implement it in both high schools and colleges. So he's an incredible mind down here, and he's still got a lot of emotion left in this game.
Helps to have a guy like Cole LaCrue run that offense, doesn't it?
Heck yeah, it does. At the high school level, you're playing at the 4A. There's a lot of good football going on out there. Hey, there are multiple guys on each of these teams that are going to be moving on to the next level. Not just D1, but D2. There's a lot of good football players out there. But you get a guy like Cole LaCrue, and that makes your life pretty easy as a play caller.
3rd down for Broomfield. They're 1 for 6 on 3rd downs this half. So they get a first down here, and it's you go into kneel down mode because Loveland doesn't have much left. They do have one timeout. 3rd and 4. Cole LaCrue. And motion again.
Pretty sloppy out here for the state championship. A lot of energy, a lot of butterflies out there.
Yeah, we've seen a half full of turnovers and penalties.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 84. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Well, you know what, Vic? I'd let Cole LaCrue throw it. Why not? Pick up the 1st down, it's game over.
Are you kidding me? If there's a pick 6 in this situation?
Nah, they're not getting a pick 6. He's going to Wisconsin.
Oh, so Wisconsin-bound quarterbacks don't throw pick 6.
They don't do that.
Gotcha.
Actually, he's probably going to go to Colorado after Prime gets him to flip.
What if Prime goes prime time? Gets in his ear here. 3rd and 9. And in motion. Forget what Columbus says. They're going to play it conservatively, go inside. That'll be short of the 1st down.
Yeah, Columbus is a dum-dum.
Isaiah Rich with the tackle.
Clock ticks.
Ryland Beamer with that carry.
Why are they not calling timeout?
Well, there's a timeout on the field right now, my friend.
They got to put some clock back. They got to put some time back on that clock. They let about 4 or 5 seconds keep going after the timeout was called.
If Broomfield holds on, and it looks like the Eagles will, up 10 with just over a minute to play, this will be their 5th state title and the 1st for Blair Hubbard at Broomfield.
Yeah, Kib was just telling us that is a tremendous record for Blair Hubbard. You know, he takes a lot of pride in his youth football program. Broomfield does a great job of raising those kids up in this program. Blair meets with those coaches during the offseason. They teach them their schemes. They try to get them going young so they know the language by the time they get up into the high school level.
They've knocked at that door twice, both times using the Pine Creek. See if they can break through today. 4th and 2. LaCrue. Hands off.
Game.
The big man, Ryland Beamer, 6', 205-pound senior. When you need some tough yards, you give it to Ryland Beamer, and this kid was playing hurt. He missed 6 weeks with a separated shoulder. Right back in the lineup, and a huge 1st down there. Loveland out of timeouts. Clock is ticking. They can sense it on that Broomfield sideline. Hugs everywhere.
That's playing football coming up here. A little different formation than I would be. I'd be underneath center. These guys, they don't do anything underneath center. Let's take a knee from shotgun.
They don't mind the shotgun in any which way, especially when you're kneeling. My favorite part of high school football is watching the fan sections.
Look at this. Look at those kids having the time of their life. What a moment for them.
It's been a while for Broomfield. You have to go back to the 80s, the last time they wore a crown. Blair Hubbard won championships at Faith Christian when he coached there, but this will be his first as a member of the Broomfield Eagles.
Broomfield's happy to have this guy, Blair Hubbard. That's a heck of a football coach. You know what, Alan Jeffries, I'm sensitive to the other side, too. I know Broomfield's having fun. I'm sensitive to the other side. Alan Jeffries, he's got a lot to be proud of with his unit. They stayed tough the whole time, and they were gritty.
Look at Cole LaCrue celebrating as we speak. The Wisconsin-bound quarterback could not be happier. What a week for he and his brother, Ty LaCrue. The LaCrue brothers lost their dad 2 years ago this week, and now they're celebrating the state title. And he's limping in his celebration. Remember, he injured his ankle early in that 2nd half.
Yeah, he fought through it. What an emotional moment that must be.
This is for his pops. Look at that, both the brothers.
Both the brothers
Ty
over there.
and Cole, who lost their father 2 years ago this week. Nothing but tears for the LaCrue brothers.
Wow.
What a moment.
That chokes me up right there.
It really does. What a moment, what a scene, what a sight, what a sport. The emotion of football as both teams paying their respects. Now look at that. You thought you only saw this in the hockey playoffs. You see it at the high school level.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Nothing but respect. Everybody out there put their heart on the line. Half those kids are hurting, half those kids are having the time of their life, but everybody put it out there.
Player of the game, brought to you by King Supers, is that kid who you just saw there, the emotional Cole LaCrue. Got the end zone early, did it with his feet, did it with his arms. 15 of 25, 223 yards passing. He ran for a couple. In his final high school game, he wins a state title. Let's go downstairs. Kim Becker with our player of the game, Cole LaCrue.
Cole, we talked about this moment this past week. You lost your father 2 years ago this past Tuesday. You said you had something planned. If you had, in fact, won this game, what did you just do over there?
We had season tickets there my entire life, and my favorite memory is just with my dad. I had to go say hi to him, man. It did for him.
You know he's watching, and he's very, very proud of you. How about your mom? Is she here watching as well?
Yeah, she's up there, man. I'm just going to go give her a hug. This feels amazing, man, going out on top.
Congratulations, and you got to do it with your brother on the field with you. How does that feel?
It's the best thing in the world. It's the most fun I've ever had. I'm just so happy to have him, man. It's awesome.
Well, congratulations, Cole. Go enjoy it, okay?
Man, that is the motion of a young man who's earned it. Her father, Joe, again, 2 years ago this week, passed away. COVID complications. I'm sure he could not be more proud of his team and this team as Broomfield holds off Loveland in a thriller here at Mile High. 24-14 the final. When we come back, final thoughts from Mile High Stadium. And there's the championship trophy for the Broomfield Eagles, the school's fourth.
What's better than that, Vic? Are you kidding me?
Ain't nothing.
Carrying that trophy over right there in front of your fans. You got the whole team huddling up. You got everybody rooting you on. The kids you grew up with. This is football in its most pure form.
Final numbers from today's games. You see the offensive numbers. Broomfield had a field day, 364 yards, but the turnovers really made this game closer than it needed to be.
Yeah, right there down to the line. I mean, you had about 6 minutes left on the clock, and Loveland still had an opportunity. Broomfield, they capitalized when it mattered, though.
Now Cole sharing it with the fans there. And again, this is a community endeavor for all these teams, really.
Yes.
It starts with the youth teams and teaching the systems that Blair Hubbard employs to those youth teams. So by the time they get to high school, they know what they're doing.
Absolutely. And the best thing about it is these kids have known each other their whole lives. A few of them might have come into the school a little bit later, but I mean, you've been around. These are your family. This is your family. Their parents are your family. How pure is that?
Broomfield state champions in 79, 83, 84. They lost twice to Pine Creek when Blair Hubbard got the job, but they finally break through today. 2022 state champions in Class 4A. We're not done yet. When we come back, we'll hear from the winning coach, Mile High Stadium.